Good afternoon, good day. What's going on? You know your boy gotta send y'all some salutations. All right, y'all. Welcome back to What's the Real Deal. Now listen, let me paint a picture. Have you ever tried to squeeze into a pair of jeans you knew you outgrew like 3 Thanksgivings ago? Don't lie now. Y'all know that wiggle dance we do in the mirror where we hop, suck it in, pull, pray. But no matter how hard you wiggle, them jeans ain't zipping. And yet, how many of us do the same exact thing with our lives? Trying to shrink down in the spaces we've outgrown, trying to squeeze back into friendship, jobs, habits, and mindsets that no longer fits who we are becoming. Well, today I came to tell you, stop shrinking to fit spaces you've outgrown. Stop. Stop. See, growth ain't polite. Growth ain't always comfortable. Growth will stretch you, pull you, break you out of what's familiar. But here's the real deal. God never designed you to stay the same size. When a tree grows, it doesn't apologize to the dirt for expanding its roots. When a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, it doesn't say, my bad, y'all, let me crawl back into my cocoon. Nah, growth demands transformation, and transformation, it requires a whole lot of courage. Some of y'all are trying to water dead plants. Some of y'all are staying in circles that choke the very breath out of your destiny. Some of y'all are so afraid to outgrow people that you're willing to stunt your own purpose. But hear me, if the space can't hold the fullness of who you are becoming, that space was never meant to hold you in the first place. Y'all catching it yet? Let me say this with my whole chest, and I do mean whole chest. Stop apologizing for your growth. Stop apologizing for not answering every call. Stop apologizing for changing your circle. Stop apologizing for raising your standards. Stop apologizing for evolving beyond the old you. Because here's the truth, the old version of you may have been comfortable for others, but it was killing you inside. And the minute you stop shrinking to fit, you step into the version of you that God already saw from the beginning. Saw from the beginning. Say it with me. Saw from the beginning. Are you hearing me? Who you were is not who you have to be. Don't let anybody chain you to an old version of yourself. People will say, oh, you changed. And you know what? That's the highest compliment that could ever be given unto you. Because who you were at 20 is not who you have to be at 30. Who you were last year is not who you have to be this year. Who you were yesterday is not who you have to be today. You are not required to stay in spaces, jobs, relationships, or identities just because people got comfortable with your old self. The butterfly ain't obligated to crawl back because folks liked it better as a caterpillar. Are y'all letting that sink in? Let me tell you what happens when you shrink. Have a seat. You lower your voice so others can feel louder. You dim your light so others don't feel so insecure. You downplay your blessings so others won't feel jealous. You sabotage your future just to stay comfortable in the past. But hear this, every time you shrink, you betray the greatness inside you. Every time you shrink, you dishonor the God who made you. Every time you shrink, you silence the calling on your life. And I don't know about y'all, but I refuse to shrink when I was called to expand. I refuse to dim when I was called to shine. I refuse to crawl when I was created to fly. Are y'all hearing that? Now, let me be clear. Outgrowing people is not the same as abandoning people. Growth don't mean you don't love them. It just means you love yourself enough not to stay stuck. If they were really for you, they'll clap for your growth. If they were really for you, they'll cheer when you expand. But if they get bitter when you bloom, that's your confirmation that the season has expired. And baby, when the season expires, stop trying to eat that spoiled fruit. Throw it out. Today, I'm calling somebody under the sound of my voice to stop folding yourself in half just to be digestible. Stretch out, rise up, walk unapologetically into the new room God has prepared for you because the world doesn't need a smaller version of you. The world doesn't need a diluted version of you. The world doesn't need a copy of who you used to be. The world needs the real you, bold, bright, unapologetic, unshrinkable. You get it? Unshrinkable. Cadence is like faith. You walking in a cadence into your faith. Because I will not shrink for fear of becoming too much. I will not shrink to protect fragile egos. I will not shrink to make others feel comfortable. I will not shrink because my destiny demands my expansion. I will rise into my calling. I will stretch into my purpose. I will step into every room with the fullness of who I am. And when they ask me, why are you so bold? Why are you so unapologetic? Why are you so free? I will tell them because I finally stopped shrinking to fit into spaces I've outgrown. I did it in love, not out of fear, not out of pride, not out of arrogance, but out of love for myself, for my God, and for my generations watching me. So love the people. Do better. That's not on Ville, y'all. That's on love. LOVE. Got me?